Tony Hody Training and Consulting presents the Crash Course Podcast. Sponsored by Engage, Builder Prime, and Hiring Strategies. Your weekly destination for coaching, inspiration, and new skills to help you maximize your income and success in the home improvement sales industry. Here are your hosts, sales and training experts, Phil Wiley and TJ Parsons.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Crash Course Podcast. My name is TJ Parsons, and I'm joined by Phil Wiley. This week will be the first episode in a series called Motivation in Minutes. Over the last few weeks, we have taken on quite a few new clients, and that's causing our schedule to fill up rather quickly, but we still want to deliver that same powerful content to you that you're used to as often as possible. So today, Motivation in Minutes will be our same awesome content packed into a quicker package. And with that, Phil, take it away.
Thanks, TJ, and hi, everybody. What a great week we've had. We finished up working with a couple companies today on some new sales presentations, helping them place some key people in their organization with companies we were helping recruit for. So it was a great week. We got a lot accomplished. We're looking forward to another great week coming up. And we're looking forward to this new approach a couple times a month where we come to you with a little bit of inspiration and motivation. We're still going to come at you hard 2 to 3 times a month with training and closing and handling objections and getting into demos and everything that we do need to do to be successful. But at the same time, we want to give you a little bit of rah-rah, a little bit of getting fired up, things that you can think about on the way to your appointments, listen to them again, get yourself in the right frame of mind. So today's topic is an important one to me because I always did it on day one of training of new hires with salespeople. It's a great conversation to have with existing sales reps when they're off their game. TJ had this conversation with a rep earlier this week. And that is, sales is not a numbers game. Now, when it comes to the business world, and we're talking about how many calls do you need to make in a day, how many appointments do you need to do to get into a sale, and how many doors do you need to knock on to get a sale? Yeah, in the B2B world, I do believe that the numbers are important and sales is a numbers game. But in our world, the home improvement industry, we are in control of our numbers. And that's important to remember because we want to be people that take accountability for our results and not use our results as a circumstance or an excuse for why we couldn't succeed. So we have 4 key numbers, 4 KPIs that are important when it comes to selling. Number 1 is our demo rate. We used to work with a sales rep in the Dayton area. She said in a meeting one time, she said, "This I know and know it well. The more I pitch, the more I sell." And I've never forgotten that. I think she probably said that, 15 years ago? But I've never, ever forgotten that because so true. I can't sell somebody if I'm not sitting in front of them at their kitchen table. So after our demo rate, the next important stat is our close rate. What's our close rate? What's our goal? What's our expectation? What does our close rate need to be for us to hit the financial numbers that we are accountable to? Our average ticket, how much are we selling for? This time of year, it's very important that we're working on things to make sure that we're selling house full of windows and not partials. Let's make sure that we're trained and ready to go, and we do everything we can to keep our average sale up. And then the 4th number, the most important number, is our net rate. Obviously, it doesn't matter what goes in the washer. It matters and depends on what comes out of the dryer. Our old boss used to say that gross volume is vanity, net volume is sanity. Very important to us, and it's something that everybody needs to keep their mind on and their focus on, is buttoning up those sales properly, making sure when you leave, the customer's 100% on board. But when it comes to, is sales a numbers game? It is a numbers game to a degree that you control your numbers. Now, if you're not in control of your numbers, then yeah, it can be a numbers game. There are plenty of salespeople out there that they know, hey, all I got to do is show up, do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to sell 2 out of 10. And there's a lot of salespeople out there making a living selling 2 out of 10. But if you want to be elite, if you want to be special, if you want to be a superstar, a champion, you want to close in the 30s, 40s, 50s, then you need to understand I am in control of my numbers. And if I stay in control of my numbers, I'm going to be successful. So if you take a look here at our dry erase board, you're going to see that we've got some numbers up on the board. And we want to talk about 3 things. We want to talk about number 1, effort. Number 2, time. And number 3, result. Because all 3 of these go together. Effort and time equals result. So the first one, 1 times 1 equals 1. This is the minimum expectation that every salesperson should hold themselves accountable to. If I do what I'm supposed to do, when I am supposed to do it, I will get what I'm supposed to get. 2 times 2 equals 4. You're looking at a perfect example of this when you look at TJ. If I do twice as much as I'm supposed to do, twice as often as I'm supposed to do it, I will get 4 times what I'm supposed to get. 2 times 2 equals 4. And then finally, a half times a half equals a fourth. If I only do half of what I'm supposed to do, half the time that I'm supposed to do it, I'm only going to end up with a fourth of what I'm supposed to get. So when I say sales is not a numbers game, it's because I truly believe you are in control of your numbers. Now, are we asking you to always be 2 times 2 equals 4? No, you can't. That's not realistic. Realistic is 1 times 1 equals 1. And when you can be 2 times 2, be 2 times 2. But don't ever be a half times a half. Don't ever shortcut. Don't ever take advantage of ways to get your presentations done faster. Stay on top of your game. Maximize your income. Take care of yourself, your family, your sales team, your company, and always give no less than 1 times 1 equals 1. And that starts with day 1 of training. When you show up for training, that's why we cover it on day 1. We ask everybody in the room to commit to 1 times 1 equals 1. We ask for 2 times 2 equals 4, but we ask for that commitment. And then when it comes to the day-to-day life of a sales rep and staying on top of your game and studying and practicing and role-playing and performing, let's stay 1 times 1 equals 1, and let's flirt with the 2 times 2 equals 4 as often as possible, and we'll have one of the most successful careers of anybody that we know. So is sales a numbers game? It doesn't have to be if you stay in control of the numbers that you can control. Control the controllables. With that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to TJ. Let's go finish out this week and have a great week and go sell something, guys.
Perfect. So thank you again to our sponsors, Engage, Builder Prime, and Hiring Strategies. Another reminder that our first webinar is happening October 18th, titled Championship Level Closing, where we're giving away all of our best stuff as it pertains to closing. We have some ads up on LinkedIn right now where you can see a lot more about the event. But, obviously this is going to be something really special that I think is going to make a big difference for a lot of companies. So hopefully we get a chance to see you there.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's a dynamite meeting. Tony Hody is going to be one of our guests at the meeting. And we're going to spend a lot of time and focus on laying down price and closing and how to be very successful at that. And I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. And I hope everybody is excited as we are. And we'll see you all at the webinar and get in early and take advantage of the early bird specials, right?
Yes, sir. And we'll be back next week with more great content, probably a more long form episode next week. But until then, Phil,
Go sell something.
and if you or your business is in need of training, recruiting, process development, or consulting, you can contact us here at Tony Hody Training and Consulting by visiting tonyhody.com. Click the contact tab and enter your information for a free consultation to see how we can help you grow your business. Tony Hody Training and Consulting, teaching ordinary people how to do extraordinary things.